Welcome! In this video, we're going to break down Object-Oriented Programming, or OOP. What is Object-Oriented Programming? It is a way to write code by grouping things together. In here, we use a class as a plan or blueprint. A class describes what an object should have through its attributes, or also known as data, and what it can do through its methods or the behaviors. From this plan, we create objects, which represent real things and hold the actual values of the attributes defined in the class. Now, what makes OOP important? Well, first, we have organization. Code is grouped into objects, making it easier to read and work with. Second is reusability. You can reuse objects and avoid writing the same code again and again. Next, it is also easier to update. Fixing bugs or changing features is simpler since the code is organized. It is also scalable. You can grow and add new features without making the program messy. And lastly is collaboration. It makes it easier for multiple programmers to work on the same project without much confusion. How about we use dog as an example? The dog is the class. The class is like the blueprint or genetic design of a dog. It describes what every dog can have or do. Its attributes are its breed, color, and favorite food. Attributes are the characteristics or features of the dog. Its methods are actions like run, eat, and bark. Methods are the abilities or actions that a dog can perform. Now let's compare object-oriented programming with procedural programming. Procedural programming organizes code into step-by-step instructions and functions that focus on how a task is done. Meanwhile, object-oriented programming groups data and functions into objects, focusing on what the program should do and how its parts should work together. How about we use Java code to visualize the two different types of programming? First is the procedural programming. As you can see, it's just a list of steps or actions. And by reading the main method, you don't know that it is the mother doing the tasks. While in object-oriented programming, we create a mother, just like in real life. And the code becomes more realistic and easier to read. For example, when the method cook is called in the main method, we now know that it is the mother doing the cooking. Now, what advantages can we see that OOP has over procedural programming? Well, first, there's the organization of code. OOP groups data and actions together, making programs easier to read and manage. Next is reusability. You can reuse classes and objects in other programs. It is also easier to update. If you need to change something, you only need to update it in one place, the class that the code is in, and it applies everywhere you use or call it. It is better for large programs. OOP breaks big problems into smaller objects, making them easier to understand and work with. It is also easier to fix. Bugs are easier to find because each object is separate and has its own job. It also provides data security. Through encapsulation, it hides an object's data and only allows controlled access, keeping it safe. It also supports collaboration, meaning that different programmers can work on different objects at the same time without affecting each other's work. Lastly, it is scalable, meaning that it is easy to add new features or grow the program without making a mess. Now let's discuss some basic concepts of OOP. First is classes, which are considered as the blueprints. Think of a dog class as a blueprint. It says that every dog has a breed, every dog has a name, every dog has a color, and every dog can bark. Next is object. By using the blueprint we've provided, we can create objects. Since we already made a class or blueprint, we'll use that for this example. Using the dog class, let's make two objects. The first one will be Buddy, the brown Pomeranian dog, while the other is named Maxie, a white Maltese. Now, to create an object, we use the syntax class name, variable name equals new class name, and open and close parentheses with a semicolon at the end. Class name is the name of the class that the object will be referencing, which is in this case the dog class. And variable name is any name that you want to give the object. Meanwhile, the parentheses can be left empty or can have something inside them depending on what you create in your class. We create two objects. The first is dog1, which provides the values Pomeranian, Buddy, and Brown inside the parentheses. The second one is named dog2, where in the parentheses we have the values Maltese, Maxi, and White. These two objects are different but both follow the same rules from the class. Lastly, we have encapsulation. Encapsulation hides or protects the data and controls how it is accessed. It works by bundling data and methods together and restricting direct access to the data. The remote has buttons that control the TV settings. You cannot see or touch the TV's internal circuits, and pressing buttons like volume up or channel 7 safely interacts with the TV. And here's the Java code for encapsulation. As you can see, we have hidden or private data that can be only accessed through the public methods. And that's it! I hope this explanation made object-oriented programming simple and easy to understand. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching! Bye!